my channel. So today I'm going to be doing a video that's based all around sororities here at UC Davis. I asked which video you guys would rather see on my Instagram and you guys voted for a sorority one. So if you don't have my Instagram, if you don't follow me, it'll be down in the description box so you guys can go ahead and do that and help with decision makings on what videos I'm going to post next. I'm going to be explaining to you guys why I decided to go through formal recruitment here at UC Davis and my experience, what sorority I got into, and then I'm going to tell you why I decided to drop my sorority. The reason I decided to go through formal recruitment is because at Davis, school starts around September 25th, and there's people I knew from my high school who were going to different colleges, and they were going through recruitment, and their school had started a month or so before Davis did. So I was seeing on all their social medias all this stuff about their recruitment. I decided to research on the UC Davis page, and they have a Panhellenic, I think it's something ucdavispanhellenic.org or something like that, and they have all 9 of the Panhellenic chapters on there. There's other sororities and fraternities, business and medical, nursing, but these ones were just they're called social sororities and fraternities. So I decided to look those up. There was a video that they posted. I'm pretty sure it's still up on their YouTube, on the UC Davis Panhellenic YouTube, but it basically was talking about all these people who were in a sorority and absolutely loved it and all the pros to it. The main reason I decided to join was, one, because then you'll instantly have people that you know going into a new environment. Me being from Washington, I didn't know anyone, and so I thought it would be a really good way to get to know people. 2, it's really good for having things on your resume, executive positions, president, vice president, treasurer, positions like that you can put on your resume for upcoming jobs, things like that. And then the last reason I decided to join is because I really wanted to have upperclassmen to look up to talk to. I definitely did that, and definitely a lot of them helped me through decisions I had to make and stuff since being here. After I signed up and decided, and I was like, yes, I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna go through recruitment and see if I like it, I YouTubed the heck about sororities, what to wear, what to say, how to act. Recruitment was 5 days, including bid day. First day was super just relaxed. We went to all 9 houses and stayed there for about, I'd say like 10 to 15 minutes each. It got progressively more formal. So the next day was sisterhood, and it just a little longer conversations, more like 20 to 25 minutes. And then the day after that, it was philanthropy. So philanthropy is what they do for the community, the charity that they fundraise for. That was really interesting. I think that was my favorite night because I really got to learn what these sororities were giving back to the community, and I really enjoyed that. So my top 2 favorite houses at that point were Delta Gamma and Alpha Chi Omega. Preference night, which was the next day, you got back 2 houses, and I unfortunately got dropped by Delta Gamma. Burned a little bit because I really liked them and I thought I was having really good connections with them, but it was fine because my second choice, Alpha Chi Omega, was still on there. How I was vibing with the girls and their philanthropy, all of that added into what I preferred and what I favored. On preference night, that was the longest night we stayed there, and we only talked to 1 person. All the other days we talked to 2 or 3 girls at each house. You put in your top 2 bids, so mine was Alpha Chi Omega, and then the other house that I went and visited, and then the next day was bid day. If I don't get Alpha Chi Omega, I don't really know if I'm gonna accept the bid. I didn't really vibe with the other girls that well, and I don't think I would be happy, especially if you're paying that much money to be a part of the chapter. I was just kind of like, Bid day comes, and we all meet in a building on campus, and they give us this speech about wherever you end up, that's where you're supposed to be. In the back of my head, the whole week, I was like, it doesn't matter. Even though you got dropped by DG, you're still gonna end up where you're supposed to be. That's the point of all of this. You go out to the quad, huge grassy area, kind of in the middle of campus. We found out our Pyrochi, so our Pyrochi is kind of like camp counselor, and then there's like 15 or 20 soon-to-be new members, so me in a group, and then the Pyrochi is an active member. Her identity for which sorority she's in is hidden all week so that she doesn't influence our decision. She unveiled it, and I was like, oh my god, because she was in DG. If you're watching this, I love you, Pyrochi. That was super awesome. Oh my gosh, I knew I would have loved it there, but it's okay. We get our bids and we have to wait to open our envelopes, and then we count down 3, 2, 1, and all the girls open their bids all at the same time, and they all scream and yell, and it was really awesome because 2 of the girls that were in my Pyrochi group, Aileen and Sarah, if you're watching, we all ended up in Alpha Chi Omega. I'll show you guys my bid. So I got Alpha Chi Omega, and this was my bid, and I was super excited because even though they weren't like my number 1, I was into them. I love their philanthropy. It's domestic violence awareness, and I just thought that was something that not a lot of people talk about, but it's something that's really relevant, especially in a college campus environment. I was super happy, and then we walked. Usually you run to the house, but we walked just like to be safe. We took pictures, and I'll insert some pictures because it was freaking awesome, lots of fun, and you met all the new members and you were all excited and you're like, oh my god, we're sisters. We had some pizza in the backyard, and then we went for a sisterhood bonding, and we went to a water obstacle course, so that was super fun, being goofy and slipping and falling off this water thing. So it was a really good bonding moment, and you were just like, hi, my name's da 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 da, nice to meet you. After bid day, you're just kind of like, well, now what happens? All the girls that were active members, so active means that they've been initiated, so we were all new members, our new member class, because we hadn't been initiated yet. We got followed by all the active members on our Facebooks and Instagram, and then a couple people, not many people use Twitter in Davis, but a couple girls did follow me. Sunday nights we would have our new member meetings, and that's where we basically just learned about our founders and our colors and our flower and all that background kind of information that you should know. We would have our meeting for the sorority as a whole. We would have that the following evening. On top of that, we were meeting new girls all the time, going on lunch dates with them, dinner dates, going to get coffee, just meeting all these girls, and then started meeting potential new bigs, and that was really exciting because you just got to meet so many more people in the sorority. I ended up meeting my big. We pretty much just got showered with gifts. It was really awesome. Big, if you're watching this, I love you more than anything. It's really funny because they give you cards, hints and stuff. And I thought my big was who my big was, and then she was giving me all these hints, and I was like, it can't possibly be her with these hints that she's giving me. At the end, when big little reveal happened, she was like, hey, I totally lied on all of those. And I was like, okay. I met my family. We would go out and have events and stuff, so I got to meet a bunch of different people in different sororities, obviously a bunch of people in my sorority, got to meet people in other fraternities, so I really just felt like it was a community within the community of Davis. You had people to have your back. We had some other things for the sorority that we had to meet. Your GPA, study hours, I'm not going to go into details about it. We also had philanthropy events that we had to go to. We had our main event, which was super fun, but we spent a week or two prepping for that. So it's just always busy all the time with sorority stuff. And as a first year, I decided to join a sorority so I would instantly just be in the community of Davis. But at the same time, looking back on it, it really wasn't good for me trying to figure out my study habits and living with new people. We had a huge roommate situation going on that I'll share about in an upcoming video, but there was just so many other factors going on in my life, and then having the sorority on top of it. It's not too much to handle for a lot of people, but for me personally, missing home, being so far away from home, being homesick, I just didn't need the extra distractions, if that makes sense. And not that it wasn't worth it. I absolutely love every single girl in that sorority. These thoughts were going through my head as I was in the sorority. I hadn't had good study habits yet, still just learning my way around the campus. Just all this stuff was a lot. I leave for winter break, fall quarter's over, I get my GPA. My GPA is trash. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I did not do well. I took super hard classes my first quarter. I go home and I talk to my family, and I decide that I'm going to be leaving Davis at the end of winter quarter, the end of this quarter. And that was a really hard decision for me to make. I have a video coming up on that, why I'm leaving Davis. I got back from winter break, and we had the first meeting of the year, and my big was texting me because I had a new position in the chapter. Kind of just broke it to her, and she was the first person I told here in Davis that I'm not staying for much longer. And she was obviously like, oh my god, what, why, what's happening? And I told her I don't think staying in the sorority is going to be the best decision for me. One, it was a lot of just extra on top of everything else I was doing. And two, I just needed to focus on getting my GPA up because of the fact that I was leaving, and I wanted to have a decent GPA here before I just left. I definitely think there are so many positives to being a sorority. You have responsibilities. I would just get really stressed. It wasn't right for me. So I was telling my big all about it, and I was like, I really don't think I should stay in the sorority because I'm too distracted. He was like, yeah, you know, you should really text the president about it and ask her what she thinks. So that's what I did, and she was like, listen, you can stay in it if you want, or you can drop and you'll be an alumni And so I was like, I think for right now, what's going to be best for me and best for my academic career is to just drop it. I dropped, which meant I didn't go to meeting that night. Newly initiated members in my class, we have a group chat. And so I sent them a little blurb about the situation and why I was deciding to drop. I sent that to them before meetings so they wouldn't all be like, where's just a da-da-da-da, you know, not that people care about me. They were really supportive. They were like, it sucks that you're not gonna be around, but the fact that you're doing this to better yourself is really good. They were glad that I was still staying in Davis for a quarter. I go from seeing these people twice, sometimes 3 times a week, to not really seeing them at all. I am currently an alumni of Alpha Chi Omega. That's why I still have my guys up on the wall. It's not like I'm just done. It's not like I don't talk to these girls anymore. Like, I'm still in the group chat with them. I'm still part of the family, and they will always be part of my family. They really were like a second family here to me in Davis, being the people I could go to and talk to. I still have girls in my classes. Overall, being in a sorority was an amazing experience. Honestly, the only positive thing of my Davis experience, even though it stressed me out like a crud ton. And I hope people watching this video aren't discouraged by the idea of a sorority. If you're interested in it, any interest at all, even a sliver. I never thought I'd be a sorority girl. I had this little interest and did it, and it was the best experience of college I've had. I made my best friends here. My family, if you're watching this, girls, if you're watching this, I love every single person in my sorority. But I had to do what was right for my education, and I had to do what was right for my personal health, and that was dropping my sorority. I think it's been a really good decision thus far. Even though it's been really difficult, it's been really good for me. I've been doing a lot better in school because I've just been focused on school. If you guys have any intention or any desire to join a sorority, I say do it. Hope you enjoyed that video. I know it was kind of all over the place. I tried to do my best at doing a chronological order thing here. Don't forget to like and comment down below. Let me know what content you guys would like to see, if this was something interesting for you guys. And don't forget to subscribe and turn on the bell so you guys can see the next time I post. Thanks guys, bye.